Okay, here's my final part of the 23.1. So the placement that is best for me would be a PE teacher because I think it's very suited to me. You're outside a lot teaching lessons and moving about, and it's quite active. The hours I would be doing, my work experience would suit me personally. So I do a lot of training in the evenings, therefore my work experience wouldn't interfere with that. PE teaching would also be appropriate for me because the skills developed within the job I already have started to gain through previous netball and running coaching I've done, and therefore in doing some more experience in this role I'd be able to build on those and see if I'm suited to teaching. The placement would also be relatively easy to access as I have a good relationship with the PE teachers at my previous secondary school, which means I would be quite trusted there and would be able to get a lot out of the placement. The reasons why a placement in an outdoor facility working place would be difficult for me is because usually transport is required, and at the moment this would be difficult for me as I've not yet passed my driving test, and therefore I would have to find an alternate way to reach to different venues, which would waste time and make the placement become tedious with all the travelling. It would also be difficult for me to do because it is physically demanding, and although I'm fit and active, I'm not very strong as people who usually do this are. It could also have a negative effect on my training as I'd become tired and possibly run the chance of getting an overuse injury. Ground facility working may also be difficult to find a placement in because there aren't many big pitches to use in this moment, and it is not in season, and therefore teams are on season breaks. I also believe that I am unsuited to the skill set required as I struggle to read maps and relate plans into real life, which is a large skill needed for the job. Because of these reasons, I have decided that outdoor facility working may not be the right placement for me at this time. A large factor which would make a placement with a sports scientist difficult is that there aren't any places locally where I could obtain one. This is a large problem because I cannot drive and therefore will be not able to get to a lab far away without using public transport, which could be quite time consuming and expensive, and I don't like paying for buses. The job also has a very demanding entry requirement, which will not suit me because I don't really want to go to university for a long period of time, and the postgraduate degree would add a few years onto the process. Therefore, because of this, I don't think it will be very suitable for me. A sports physiotherapist job may also have demanding entry requirements which require a number of years at university and training, which again is unsuited to my aspirations because I don't want to be at university for long and would prefer to get into work as soon as possible. The hours would also be difficult for me to work due to training and my weekend job, which could make the placement tedious as I would only be able to sit in on a few clients in the day and not learn much. A placement in sports physiotherapy may also require me to travel with a team, which isn't ideal for me and my training set plan, and also because I do like being at home and being able to have a routine. If I was to pursue the job, it could be a problem. It would also be unsuited to me because there are a few progressions in the job which would be a problem for me because I don't like doing the same thing all the time. I like doing different things and can't stand doing the same thing every day. Therefore, I would need an incentive to work harder and have lots of opportunities to build on top of the job. Because of this evaluation, I believe the right placement for me would be with a PE department. My top 3 reasons for choosing this are because the hours will easily fit in with everything else I've got going on at the moment. The skill set required is very similar to those that I have, and that the placement will be relatively easy to gain because I have a good relationship with my PE department at my old school. Thank you for listening. I apologise hugely for the interruptions from my family. Thank you.